Don't you just hate it when a patient...
There have been a couple of incidents in the US where nurses have been fired for posting videos on TikTok. In the UK, we've had 2 paramedics come under scrutiny for posting videos of themselves twerking next to an ambulance. Were these healthcare workers acting unprofessionally, or are they allowed to express themselves like the rest of us? Let's discuss. The NMC have produced a policy on guidance for social media. Apart from the legal requirement to not share confidential information, they also state that nurses should not form relationships with patients via social media or post photos of patients without their prior consent. It's very difficult to argue against this guidance. However, when it comes to people making dance videos or posting a film parody using a hoist to do the last scene of Dirty Dancing, things become a little more nuanced. When I worked in ICU, I saw a lot of dramatic and upsetting things. It was part of the job. We all made jokes to cope with what we experienced. We never made them in front of patients or families, and we always kept our professionality. But silly jokes, impressions, or funny stories helped the shift go quickly and kept our morale up. According to a study on the impact of humour in care conducted by the Frontiers of Public Health, humour has a definite impact on how we perceive stress. This means that a joke can make something less scary in our minds. Lots of my fellow nurse YouTube educators use humour in a very positive and constructive way, making short sketches that all nurses can laugh and relate to. But how do you define what is considered a harmless joke? This is usually the defence of bullies when they're called out on their behaviour. Nursing is a public-facing profession, and the public puts a lot of trust in us. They trust us to keep them safe, maintain their privacy and promote their dignity. Nursing is more than just bedpans and bedsheets. We insert lines, catheters, titrate medication, cardiovert, and can order tests. One can make a pretty solid link between a nurse putting up something on social media that they think is funny and then subsequent public outrage. However, the public and the tabloid press forget that nurses are imperfect because people are imperfect. An average comment on a nurse TikTok compilation is something akin to, "They're neglecting the patients, abandoning care to do a silly little dance. This wouldn't happen if the NHS was privatised." A word to those of you who have an issue with nurses who make TikToks of them dancing at work. You are watching a 15-second snippet of a possible 13-hour day. You don't see the other 46,785 seconds. You don't see them when they're making sure that someone's final hours are not spent alone, when they're being yelled at by a family member for a reason that it's not their fault. As long as the patients are safe and confidentiality and safeguarding is maintained, there are other things that you can put your energy onto than to write nasty things on the internet. Bear in mind that your comments are permanent too. In conclusion, be cautious with social media. When I make these videos, I always make sure that what I say and present is evidence-based and researched. I make sure to not punch down when making jokes, and I'm aware of my professional identity in every video I make. Please like and subscribe, and until next time, it's bye from Loki, bye from Ophelia, and bye from me, the eccentric nurse cat dad.